What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday here for the Power Rankings Week 6. I know it's been quite some time. I know you've missed some content, missed me. I miss you. We had a great week. We saw a crazy matchup in the first place team go down by 12th place. We don't see that very often, but we're here to see what the experts had to weigh in to see if that really affected the Power Rankings or not. But, I mean, let's get into it. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. Oh, today's episode is brought to you by Optics 55 pre-moistened lens wipes. Box of 100 for $6 on Amazon. Clean the glasses, clean the sunglasses, clean the screens. So far, I've used one wipe. One for one. I've had a good time. Good experience. So let's get into it. Look at what we have. Steve has finally made the power rankings. Unbelievable. He goes from not ranked to 12th. What a jump. He got his first W, deserves a ranking after that. He could be 2-4 if he started Melvin or didn't start Melvin Gordon a couple weeks ago, but he didn't. So he ended up scoring like 50 points that week. He's still last in points by 70, so not terrible. He's almost not in last. But he does have fourth least points against, so people really aren't even scoring against him, and he's only 1-5. We all know his team stinks. He's got a Dolphin in there and a Brown and a Redskin. I mean, I don't know. Everybody besides Jimmy Graham, every person on his team is on a losing team. I guess the Ravens kicker. Kicker too. Congrats, that's your best player. Brendan, another one that pops into the rankings after beating Ty. The problem is he's got a lot of injured players. You don't know what you're going to get from any of them. He traded for Barkley. Probably going to work out well for him. Barkley most likely is going to be coming back. Gurley's going to be up and down the rest of the year. I don't know about Ingram. He's got the most points again, so that stinks. But he's also 11th in total points. So, other than that, we'll see. We don't know what you're going to get from Stephon Diggs every week, but if he plays like he played last week, this could be a scary sleeper team. Gurley, Barkley, Dax, Diggs. That's about it. And then the Rams D, who just got Ramsey. Ooh! Ryan's team, 4 losses in a row, just absolutely struggling to find a W. Panic trade didn't work out for him. He traded Barkley for Fournette. Didn't work out at all. Not gonna work out for him. He's upset. He's pissed, but he doesn't care because he's happy that he's still got the most projected points this coming week. How does it even happen? But Amari Cooper, who's his top performer, doesn't really have a quad. He's kind of a wimp and always sits, so he's going to be questionable the rest of the year. Who knows what's going to happen with him? He might not even play this weekend, but he's ninth in total points and continuing to fall apart. Bill, 3-3, moves down after another loss. I think he only had 82 points. But Tyreek came back strong, so that's good. Josh Gordon's likely injured, so Edelman's going to get a lot of targets. He's 10th in points, though, and he's still got the least points again, so not an impressive record for nobody really scoring against him, but we'll see. Derrick Henry's finally coming back to reality. Maybe Melvin Gordon will get hurt and Eckler can get back in the starting lineup for him. But he's got Daniel Jones. Jimmy, 3-3, 3 straight losses. Previous 7th, dropped down another spot. This team, like I said from the beginning of the year, is finally what I thought they'd be doing, which is losing a lot. Keenan Allen's got 9 points combined the last 3 games, so that's pretty good. His old guys are just falling apart, but I mean, Arizona's scoring a lot of points lately, and David Johnson seems to be healthy, so that's the positive thing for this team right now. Marlon Mack seems healthy. His running backs are good. Everyone else is a little old. You don't know where you're going to get it from the Rams. He's 8th in points. He's got a big matchup this week against Ryan. Those two teams combined have lost 7 straight matchups, so stay tuned tomorrow for the predictions. It's going to be wild. Dan, previously 9th, moves up to this team. Just lives and dies by the Pats D. I mean, even the Pats D do well. He's lost a couple, but I mean, the Pats defense is just carrying this team and providing him a humongous amount of points. He also traded for Kyler Murray, which makes absolutely no sense from Tyler to give him Kyler Murray for no one. Gets Gallup. That's a good trade for him with Cooper probably going down. He's got Devontae Adams, who's just like Cooper. Who knows? They're just going to be questionable from now until December, January. But so far, Dan's lost, then he won, then he lost, then he won, then he lost, then he won. So he's on pace to lose. In parentheses there, I have his defense scored. So he lost with -1. He had Denver D. The next 5 weeks, he had the Pats D, who got him 35 in a win, got him 14 in a loss, got him 25 in a win, got him 17 in a loss, got him 29 in a win. So Pats D score, he's 3-0 when his defense scores 25 or more, and he's 0-3 if they score less than 20 points. Oof. Oof. He's 5th in total points. We'll see. Ty 3-3. Breeze is still hurt. He's traded away Cup for nobody. He lost Kyler Murray, who's a way better fantasy quarterback than Tom Brady. I don't really know the logic behind that. And he gave it to Dan for nobody, for a bench player. I mean, that's why I didn't trade Dak, who was a good fantasy quarterback, for nobody. But that's what Tyler does. He's just like, hey, here's a starting quarterback, and I'll take a player to sit on my bench. It doesn't make any sense. You might as well have just kept him to not provide points for other teams, but you screwed us all over again. Kamara hasn't scored well for you yet. I think he's only been double digits like 3 times, and 1 time it was 10. So he's having an okay year. I think he misses Breeze. I like the Bucks. Godwin, wide receiver 1. He's on bye this week, so that's upsetting. Ty 7th in points. He drops down the power rankings. Glenn stays at 5th in the rankings. He's 3-3. Snuck away with a win, a lucky win, just typical Glenn fashion. His opponent not scoring. His wide receiver 4 and 5 combined for 10. So I mean, if you're going to get a win when your top 2 wide receivers are going to be scoring you 10 points, that's good, because I mean they're obviously not going to score that few points this coming week. It just doesn't happen. So fortunately for Glenn, he got the win. He needs one of his other running backs to start solidifying their place. James Conner finally broke out, and not really broke out, but he's going to continue to do well. I think the Steelers are on the rise. They got a good D. They're going to fight for a wild card spot, maybe. I don't know. But he's 6th in points. He's 3-3, looking good. Jack, 2 straight losses. Christian McCaffrey's upcoming on bye, so huge week for him coming up. Stay tuned for tomorrow's power rankings. You would have won if you started Hunter Henry, but you got a hard schedule. You just played Jimmy and then Jesse Jimmy, then Jesse, and then Rillo. You're still 1st in points. You got an easy schedule upcoming, though. You think you got Ty and me and Steve and Brendan within the next 5 or 6 weeks, so you might lose this week because of some buys, but things are looking good still with an easy upcoming road. But, I mean, you haven't scored over 100 in quite some time. So, most points in the league, but he falls. He's 3-3. Nick, Texans do well. Nick does well. He wins. He's got a 3-game W streak, especially with that tight end flex play. He's done that the last 3 weeks, got 3 games in a row on the W column. He's 2nd in points. He's climbed up high in that column. But he should be 3-3. He scored 66 points and won like 3 weeks ago, which is ridiculous. I'm still upset about it. So Nick moves up. I think this team's great. Hopkins still hasn't really performed incredibly, but we'll see. I think he will. Who's going to be the top 2? Who's it going to be? Oh, and Evan didn't make it. The experts have weighed in. He just can't make it to number 1. Wow. Why not? I don't know. He's number 1 in the standings. He's got a 5-game win streak, but he's 2nd in least points against him. His opponent scored less than 92 in each of his 5 wins. He lost to Jimmy in week 1 when Jimmy got about 120, and then the next 5 weeks his opponents have scored pretty much under 90 every week. So he's not even getting a test. He's kind of coasting with some, not even scoring a ton of points. Like 100's good, but I mean, your highest is still 118. I mean, I need to see that ceiling rise, and I don't even know if there's a roof. I think there is a roof, and that's scary if there's a roof on that ceiling. You got wide receivers coming back after Cooks was out, and then JB off bye. So I don't know. You're 4th in points, 5-1. I still just don't see this as the best team in the league, but you're in 1st. But Jesse, you lost to Steve. You still scored 100. Steve had a wild week. I still think this is the best team on paper. I still think your team is powerful. Everyone's top 20 right now. Your worst player is Carlos Hyde at running back 19. I think he's good. I think the Texans are on the rise team. They're going to be an offensive madhouse. I don't know. I mean, ever since they scored like 10 against the Jags like 3 weeks ago, I feel like they're always scoring about 30. I don't know. I don't know. I need to see more out of the Texans to really believe that, but your lowest week is still 99. Out of your 6 weeks, yeah, 103, 100, 99, 125, 120, 100. So 4 out of those 6 weeks are between 99 and 103. So, I mean, clearly this guy's got a floor, but we don't know if there's a roof or where the ceiling is. He's third in points, not by much, but I couldn't drop him down, um, even after losing to Steve. I need another I need more data points to get him down and other people to prove that they're a better team. But this team's just stacked, and they're healthy as hell. But thanks for watching. Sorry for the long video. Stay tuned tomorrow. We have some big predictions. It's huge. Analysts are working on it right now. Bye.